Hello, this is Trevor Cutmore. This video is about what we are bringing into the property market regarding training and education. I hope you enjoy. Hi, so what I want to show you today is something about what Leslie and I do in our training company, Cashflow-Freedom. We have wanted to raise the quality of education and training so you don't just get a little bit of knowledge, but you get a really good bit and you get the truth about what really happens, about the real cost. And it is difficult to make money in property. Let's not bang on about it. Look, this isn't a quick fix where people suddenly say, hey, I've made millions of pounds, or you can do it, come and let me show you. This is about, if you do things properly and you learn from people who are actually doing it, yes, you can increase cash flow. Yes, you can make money from property. Yes, you can flip property, and you can do many, many more things. But understand the risks and the downfalls, and that's one of the most important things that Leslie and I really major on to help you. So look, there are a few things, especially with what's going on in the market, stamp duty, etc. A lot of people are going to want to be buying properties, but they're going to find out they can't because they haven't got enough cash to buy, and that's really, really important. So what would it be? It would be a natural thing to do, a purchase lease option course. I have one with a whole book in here. I have a home study online training course which goes on for the whole of this book, and it gives you a lot of insight. And I guarantee you that when you've done this course, it will equip you that you'll have a huge amount of confidence to go forward, and there's enough information for you to do a lease option deal, which is great news for you. Just to tell you what's going to cover in here, we have 8 chapters in the course. We go through an introduction and a definition of what options are. So there's purchase lease options and there's purchase options. Sometimes people can live in their property while you're trying to get planning permission on their land or do something else. But other times when you have a purchase lease option where you're going to pay them something monthly, they nor their family can live in that property. Must not. So I tell you the truth. Not, you know, because I know what the truth is and what the legal standing of options are. We also go into the power of options. I show you many different ways on how you can use this in a very powerful way, and how you negotiate, the language to use, the way that you structure, the way you check your finance with it, and everything. Then we look at marketing. How do you market for options? How do you deal with vendors? How do you get out and find those deals? So we go into that. Your attitude. So it's a little bit about mindset, because it's so important that when you go in to a house or go in to see an agent, that your mind is right. And you know what it's like. You and I both have things that throw up in our lives which are a problem, and it can interfere with us, and we need to be right. So I give you some great tips on mindset. What to say, scripts in here. There's some scripts for you that you can learn and know what to do. What is an assisted sale? I tell you right here and show you how to do it. There's an 8-step process that I've devised myself, and this is a way that an option should work. Not like some people say, yes, you can do it straight away. I've done it on the phone and all this stuff, and you do it just like that. No, do it the right way. Don't get people into something that they shouldn't be in. And I teach you the right way of doing it. Then live calls. Then there's a thing, I show you how to make your calls, and you should be doing this whilst you're doing your course. There's a place here for you to make all your notes in here as well. Estate agents. How do you get deals from estate agents? There's some really good tricks and tips and strategies in here in this course that will help you on there. Joint ventures. How do you do joint ventures? So you might find the option, but instead of selling that on, you might bring in a joint venture partner. I give you great tips, because guess what? There are so many horror stories with working with joint venture partners. And then lastly on there is leasehold extensions. That's a really good one. And this is where a leasehold is of a short period of time. Let's say you've got 30 years left on the lease, and then I go into what you need to do. You serve a section 42 notice to the freeholder, and you get the statutory 90 years extension. That's fine. You got no problem with that, but I show you how to do it. I also show you how you could do a £2 million extension with little money. You don't even have to raise that money to get the extension. Very clever stuff, and in this time, that might just for you. Now, if you're buying a property and you are doing it up and you want to do it up, and whether you're going to refinance or whatever, then you need to do it the right way, and this is buy, refurb, refinance. And this one, again, packed of information of what to do, what to look for, how to do it, and the methodology, the schedule of works, all of this. And I'll give you some of the things that we're doing on here. Again, 12 chapters. I like my chapters, and you'll get 12 chapters in how to do it all. Here we go. So some of the things that we will be doing, there it is. How to find deals, so important, because people don't know, is it just the estate agent, etc. There's many ways, and we go through all of that. So how to find them. Finance, the lending. If you're going to buy a property and refurb it, buy, refurb, refinance, remember, and then you rent it, let it, or you could sell it. But in this time, I suggest you rent it and benefit, especially with the changes in the option. This is the changes in the stamp duty, etc. up until 31st of March 2021. But how to deal with estate agents, again, how to negotiate and find, and how to get them working for you in when you make a lower offer. Very clever tips there. Viewing and negotiation, what are you looking at? So I help you with that. How to calculate the deal, very important. We have a great session on there. The buying process, finding builders. That's a golden tip, it really is, because so many times, and I've just had a guy ring me a few days back, German, he said, Trevor, builders have walked off site, they're upset, whatever, have you got anyone to help? And my builders are 5-6 weeks booked up and they can't get over to help him. How do you find the right ones? How do you keep them on site? I go through all of that. Do you use contractors or a company to do one job? And we look at the pros and cons. So do you employ one company to do everything, which you will pay probably 20-25% more, or do you manage the subcontractors? We go through that. Both are right. It depends on you, but I talk you through that. If you want to save money, you'll manage the subcontractors, and I give you a system. And that then we're looking at how to plan the project. Very important. And then I take you through a 12-step process. How to plan the project is all done in the spreadsheet, and I take you all the way through that. You get that spreadsheet in here, you get the 12-step process in here, and then talking about title deeds, the importance of understanding what's on there. And so you can go through. So if you're buying a property, download title deeds, £3, and you can see what's on there, any covenants or any restrictions, etc. So let's take a leasehold property, and you think, I'm going to buy this in a block of flats, and guess what, I'm going to make this a service accommodation, I'm going to make a fortune. Well, if you haven't looked at your leasehold, and this isn't even the title deed, but look at your leasehold agreement, some of them, it was clearly state no business or other related activities are allowed in this building. That means absolutely no way can you do service accommodation. These are some of the things that I will go through, and so you understand. And last we touch on development, because when you're doing buy, refurb, refinance, you are one step away from going into development. Then listen, I'm so excited. So some people, they've been through that already. If you're interested in these, just send me an email and we can hook you up, and we will put some links to the training where you can get them. We have webinars running normally about every month, and you can jump on there. We give you loads of information, and sometimes we do offers on our training as well. This one, hot off the press, it's just arrived today, and this is, as you can see, the auction buying course. This tells you how to buy at auction, what is the way to do it, what are the pitfalls, and how to avoid getting it wrong. Again, I put it into 12 chapters for you. I like my number 12. And I'll tell you what you'll get. You get the introduction, you get the auction versus estate agent. So what's the difference? Why? And I personally think that we are coming to a place like never before, that online auctions is going to be the way we go. And I'll tell you why. Because in this time, auction houses, who I know the people there and who run it and everything, what they do is they hire a big hotel. So I used to go to the one in the Connaught Rooms in Holborn. That's closed down now. Well, it hasn't closed down, but they've stopped running those open auctions because of social distancing, etc. But a lot of these auction houses are already saying, we don't want to go back to that big room. We're quite happy online. And to be fair, they've got a point. So I think that now, for the first time, the auction houses are going to come into the market a different thing. You have to understand how to buy that, and there's some great bargains, but there's some big pitfalls and big holes for you to fall in and lose a lot of money. I talked to you about that. I explained that. Viewing and surveys, we look at that. Special conditions, special conditions, special conditions. This is the very first thing you have to look at in any property. Forget viewing, get hold of the special conditions, look at that. You're going to save time and money, and I go through that and what that means. There's examples in here as well. Due diligence and numbers, I do a really good session on there. You'll really benefit from that. The legal pack, what is a legal pack? What's in it? Why is it there? Etc. Then we look at the auction, what you do. So don't worry, if you scratch your nose, if you haven't got the big number, they're not going to start taking your bid. You have to register, they have to see that you got your number, and then don't scratch your nose. But I go into all of that. The guide and reserve price, what do they mean? What do they actually mean? Guide price, 250,000, and sometimes they go at 700,000. What is going on? Very interesting. Something that you need to understand. And I go through all of that to make that very clear. And then the money. And how do you arrange the money? What's the best way of doing it, and how you can get it wrong? It's very important. And what if you get it wrong? Then we're going into addendums, okay? Addendums, okay? And they are, if you like, they're additional things which you have to be careful for. So they can update the legal pack, the special conditions, right up until the beginning of the auction. And this is a very important part that really not many people understand. It's nothing like when you see it on the television. They don't talk about special conditions. They don't talk about the extra fees you're having to pay. They say fees. I go into it and I say, if you're going to buy at auction, you'll save a lot of money just from this course alone, okay? Then we go to conditional, unconditional auctions. What are they? You can understand more about that by watching this video online course. And then completion and the keys when you pick it up. So they're the three courses I've got. Leslie Taylor, my business partner, is doing rent to rent and rent to service accommodation, which are going to be fantastic. They're really focused on building cash flow. Mine is about creating equity and capital. If you're interested, please drop us an email. Remember to subscribe, share this video please of anyone that you think will benefit. I hope you enjoyed that, and I wish you all the best in your property journey, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.